Whether it's smooth sailing in the economy or we're in the middle of a perfect financial storm, there is so much to consider when it comes to protecting your financial future. Inflation, volatile markets, we have national debt, high taxes, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional, and protecting and growing your nest egg is my business. Coming up on today's show,
fighting inflation, avoiding a roller coaster retirement, women's finance, and much more.
Welcome to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner, investment advisor, and insurance professional Alfie Townsend, president of Advantage Retirement Group. Alfie is a published author, radio show host, speaker, and industry leader.
why do you use an annuity? A lot of people use it for the wrong thing.
He works with retirees and pre-retirees to build and protect their nest egg and offers his experience to help those concerned about financial independence in retirement. If you've got questions about retirement, Saving the Investor starts now.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Craig Wolf. I am alongside certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend. Alfie, good morning.
Good morning.
We're going to start this morning by talking about inflation. I think we all know what it is. It's a problem. Let's begin by talking about what caused it. I think most people would agree a primary cause was government spending.
Government spending. Yeah, we have a spending problem, as we would say. We have also supply chain. So we had a lot of money out there floating around, a lot of people buying a lot of things, and that's really started driving these prices up. If you look at housing, if you look at cars, just look at 2022, what people were paying for used cars. So inflation is at a 40-year high. It is a problem that it's going to be hard to really fight down. The government's trying to do everything they can. The feds are raising interest rates, and the thing about the feds raising interest rates, it takes a year for the first rate. So the first rate increase was 2022 back in March. So it takes a year from the first one, the 0.75. So you think it was going to help immediately, but it will be helping 2023. You're going to start to see it come down. And
it's affected not just cars and housing, but any major purchase, I would say, would be affected by these rising interest rates.
Yeah, I was born 1961, okay, and a bag of groceries at that time was, $3 for a bag, a little over $3. Now it's $23. And just 2 years ago, it was, $18. So it's definitely, people are feeling it, but there's things you have to do to fight inflation inside your portfolio, inside your income.
Well, let's talk about that. There's obviously no magic bullet. We've talked about the problem. Let's talk about the solutions.
Yeah. Well, there's many things. One thing, you have to make sure you're making more money than what inflation is. So if we're running at 7%, 8%, you want to make more. A fixed income isn't going to do it. A fixed income's paying 3%, 4%, so you're still running behind. We have, for example, a portfolio that's designed for that. It was really made in 2021, anticipating what inflation was going to be, 2022 and into 2023. So what that is companies that will do good during a rising interest rate environment, and these are financials. Financial companies tend to do good. You have energy companies that do good. So these are companies that are designed inside the portfolio on a rising interest rate environment. They don't get hurt as bad as like your growth companies. Growth companies tend to get hit pretty hard when interest rates go up.
And obviously you want to keep emotion out of this. In these incredibly volatile times, it's easy to hit the panic button.
Doing this for 40 years, I'd have to say 2022 was one of the hardest years because the market was so irrational. It was very, very volatile, big swings. And when you're taking out money in a down market to try to fight inflation, it's very hard to do. So you need to make sure that you have an income plan, and you have to make sure that you have the right tools to get you to and through retirement.
All right, good information to start the show. Make sure you check out the QR code on your screen. It'll take you to savingtheinvestor.com, or you can do it the old-fashioned way. You can get on your laptop or your desktop, and go to savingtheinvestor.com. Much more to come on today's show. Stay with us.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Living in Southwest Florida, we're all way too familiar with storms. But what if the perfect financial storm hits while you're in retirement? Are you prepared? Certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend has a new book out called Making Waves in Retirement. It breaks down the insights Alfie has gained in his 4 decades helping people just like you plan for retirement. It features real stories about real people and illustrates what they've done wrong and what they've done right. Also, strategies to help retirees and those soon to be retired make the right decisions and avoid costly mistakes. Whether it's battling inflation, navigating market volatility, or managing the threat of recession, these strategies may help you too. If you save for retirement, this book should be on your shelf. Get your complimentary copy today simply by being one of the first 5 callers at this number, 239-747-1080. That's 239-747-1080. You protect your home when a storm is coming. Do the same with your hard-earned retirement dollars. Call now for your free copy of Alfie's book, Making Waves in Retirement. 239-747-1080.
Hi, Alfie Townsend here, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional, and we are proud to be official partner of FGCU Athletics. Go Eagles! Most of us, when we were growing up, I know me especially, I loved roller coasters, okay? And they're scary, but then they're fun because you know that you're mostly safe in a roller coaster, but the ups and downs just does something to your stomach. And the one that I remember the most when I was growing up here in Tampa, mostly in Florida, was Space Mountain. That was my first scary roller coaster in clothes and all that other good stuff. But when it comes to retirement, especially if we go back to 2022, that was probably the most roller coaster, emotional investing in my 40 years that I've ever seen, because we had big swings all the time. We had started out with a good market, then it went to a bear market. It was just, a bear market is 20% down from the high. So we had that with the NASDAQ, with the S&P, the Dow. So this 2022 was just an awful year for emotion when it comes to investing. So is your portfolio, have you made any changes? Because we don't know what the future brings. I'm not here to be pessimistic, but we do have still inflation that we're dealing with. We're dealing with a possible recession. We're dealing with a lot of things that can change your portfolio back to another roller coaster ride. So if you haven't made changes or if you haven't made adjustments, this might be a good time, because you want to protect. Remember, if you go down 50%, you have to make 100% just to get back to where you were. So making adjustments is, we always talk about being proactive instead of reactive. Come in and let's see if we can take some of the roller coaster out of your retirement, out of your portfolio, by putting different asset classes in there. You've heard us talk about structured notes. You heard us talk about fixed annuities. You've heard us talk about buffer ETFs, alternatives that have nothing to do with the market, that's tied to more of an income base, like music royalties and things like that. But this is a great time to really look at everything and take advantage of things before we get into another roller coaster event. And we don't know when that's coming. And again, I'm an optimistic person, and hopefully it doesn't come anytime soon, but I want to be prepared for our clients and make it aware of you that there are things you can do instead of sitting around and saying, you know what, I'm not going to do anything until something happens. And that's not the time to do it. The time is to do it now before something does happen. So give us a call and let us see if we can put you in a better situation.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters. Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080.
Maybe you remember the old TV commercial, "Pay me now or pay me later." Consider this. We're actually in the lowest tax bracket in the last 30 years. But these rates may not last for long, and where they may be headed could put a dent in your retirement. But there are things to do right now to reduce your future taxes and make informed decisions about your retirement. Certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend has a great free resource. Just go to savingtheinvestor.com and you can generate a quick report that can help you evaluate your potential tax bill in retirement. And it takes less than 1 minute. If what you learn surprises you, it's time to talk to Alfie. There may be ways that he can help you so that you can keep more of your hard-earned dollars in your pocket. Paying your fair share is one thing, but who wants to pay a penny more? Protect your financial future. Find out if your retirement tax bill could be too big by visiting savingtheinvestor.com or using the QR code on your screen.
You have a club for every scenario. A driver for the long holes, wedges to get over the hazards, and a putter when you need a touch of finesse. And you'll need plenty of these too. What about your retirement? Will you have enough to play the back nine? Find out today. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review with Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Call 239-747-1080.
You've got questions, and Alfie has the answers that will keep you on the retirement fairway.
I'm not quite ready to retire, but it's getting closer. Should I be considering rearranging my investments and assets?
That's a great question, because the closer you get to retirement, right now you're in what we call the accumulation phase. You are paying into your retirement plan weekly or bi-weekly, and it really doesn't matter with the market going up and down. Of course, we want it to always go up, but it goes up and down, but your dollar cost averaging it in there. But once you retire, now you got to take that money that you accumulated and now all of a sudden create an income from it. So that's really the harvesting phase. Take the money that you accumulated and start taking money out of it. The best thing to do if you're about to retire, soon to be retired, come in and let us do an income plan and analysis of what you have to see if it's even feasible to retire. And if it's feasible, you're going to say, you know what, hey, I can retire. And you want to retire with confidence, and you want to be aware if you can or can't. So make sure you get that plan before you make that final choice.
My company offers target date mutual funds. Can you explain what these are, and are they something I should consider?
So as a 401k, if you have a target date mutual fund, what that typically means is the later the date, the more aggressive it's going to be. The closer you get to retirement, the more really conservative it's going to be. The best thing to do if you're over age 59 and a half, if you can do what you call in-service withdrawals, you can control that money, you can roll it into your own IRA and have many, many more options than a target fund. I'm not a big fan of target funds because they're ETFs, they're not really managed. I think at this stage, if you're about to retire or soon to be retired, it's much better you control it and you have more options than to do a target fund.
What can I do to protect the assets I'm going to pass along to my loved ones when I'm gone, and make it an easier process for them in general?
So legacy planning is so important for some people, and some people it's not important for. It sounds like it is an importance to you. So one of the main things you want to do is you're going to pass money on. You want to make sure they're named as your beneficiary. You might need a trust. A trust will bypass probate. It depends on their ages. It depends on if you want them to get it in a lump sum. What I always say about a trust when you're passing monies on is that you control that money even though you're no longer here. It's still in control, and that's what a lot of people need because kids right now, if they get it too young, they're going to go through it. A lot of times they're going to go through it, and then all this money you work for and you wanted them to have for their retirement down the road, it's gone. So there's some planning that can be done, but a trust would be a good thing. We have IRAs would be, it's not the best thing to pass on, but because they have to take that money out by 5 years. But there are different plans that we can put together to give them that legacy that you're looking for them to have.
Are all financial planners and investors fiduciaries?
A fiduciary is going to be someone that looks out for your best interests. As a certified financial planner professional, I'm a fiduciary. As a registered investment advisor, I'm a fiduciary. That means we have to put your interests first. Not all financial planners, or I should say advisors, are fiduciaries. Some of them are just do insurance products. So if they're just insurance licensed, they're not going to be a fiduciary. If they're a broker, some of them are fiduciaries, some of them are not. So you have to make sure that they are fiduciaries, and you ask them that question. Are you a fiduciary? And let them explain what a fiduciary is. And really what it is we have to look out for your best interest first, which I think that's basic when it comes to financial planning.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
When you're nearing retirement, it's important that your plan includes the proper steps to make an efficient and effective transition. There's a lot to consider. Will your income plan meet your lifestyle? How should you reallocate your assets? Is your withdrawal plan tax efficient? Practice does make perfect, but you only retire once. So how do you know you're making the right decisions and avoiding costly mistakes? Well, it's simple. Call Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional. Alfie has more than 30 years of experience helping people just like you transition into retirement. So be one of the first 5 callers and get your complimentary retirement transition review. Call 239-747-1080. There is no cost and no strings attached. So call now, 239-747-1080. Your retirement transition review includes key deadline schedules, asset reallocation guidance, income plan analysis, and tax-efficient withdrawal strategies. Again, be one of the first 5 callers now, and this review is yours at no cost. Call 239-747-1080. You only retire once, so let's get this right. Call Alfie now.
Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080.
Every woman needs to have her own financial plan. That's because our strategies are much different than men. Alfie, what are some of the specific reasons that women do need to have their own financial plan?
Well, because they live longer, number one, but I'm going to give you an example. My mom had my sister and myself at a young age. I lost my dad at a very young age, and everything was in his name. She had no credit, and I just remember being a young kid, and it was very hard for her to even get an apartment because the credit was hardly anything at that point. So credit, we want to make sure you have credit. We want to make sure that, when a husband and wife comes into our office, I always emphasize, and especially if the spouse says, well, he takes care of everything, I say, you both have to be on the same page on this, because if we were both born the same day, you're going to outlive us. She's going to outlive us by 3 or 4 years. Right. And the thing is, a lot of times the husband wants to take control of everything, and that's the worst thing. The spouse, and the spouse sometimes is to blame too, because she says, you know what, I don't want to mess with it, I don't understand it. But our job is to help you understand it so you know what's going on. Right. You're going to be in a much better position if you know what's going on. Yes, we're going to help you through the process. We've helped many of our clients through the process, but it's easier for them because I keep them both involved.
So what are some of the specific things that you have helped people, women specifically, through that process to identify what they can be doing?
Yeah, well, the financial independence is very, very important, and confidence. We want to create confidence for a plan that if something happens, we have a great software that we use and it shows if something happens to one of the spouses, we don't know which one's going to go first. But typically, if you're a betting person, the husband goes first. If you're the same age, a husband goes first. And so we want to have a plan in place. How much is your Social Security going to be? Where are you going to take the income from? And you already have credit established. That's credit. People don't understand what credit is. We've had clients that never had a credit card in their name before, and that's not good. So we help them establish credit. We help them create a plan, help them to create independence, and that's that's definitely difference between dealing with a single man or a single woman. We have to they have to understand the plan, what's in front of them, and the task, because it's different. It's definitely different for them.
So women, we're in the workforce working 40 plus hours a week, and it's documented that women work 40 more hours outside of work for no pay. And I think that just shows that women are very giving. And one of the things that you always remind them is pay yourself first. Make sure you're setting money aside in your 401k. And what are some other things that are important for them to remember?
Yeah, well, that's one of the most important. Pay yourself first, and know that you're probably going to be here longer than your spouse. Right. You have to realize that. So you have to start understanding what's going on. So get a good understanding of your financial picture, and know how it works and why it works, and to get you to and through retirement. But this is a very important topic, because like I said, my mom had my sister at when she was very young, 16, me at 17, and so I saw firsthand as a kid what it was not to have not to have credit, not good credit, just not to have credit. When Dad died, and it was hard on my mom, very hard. So this is why I'm compassionate about making sure that our especially our women. I always say I take in front of a husband and wife. I say I'm going to take care of her for sure. And that's what they like, because they want that. Just like I want it.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's excellent. And Alfie has a wonderful consumer guide. It's called 10 Tips to Help Empower Women Investors. And I encourage you to get a copy of this. Just go to Alfie's website, savingtheinvestor.com, or you can use the QR code on your screen.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters. Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080. We all have a picture of our perfect retirement, but how do we get there? At Advantage Retirement Group, helping you get there is our business. We're passionate about getting to know you, learning your hopes and dreams. Why? So we can work with you to achieve them. How? By maximizing the money you've saved, minimizing the dollars you pay in taxes and the risk you are exposed to, and creating a retirement income plan that ensures your savings lasts a lifetime. We're thankful to work with so many wonderful people, and we'd love to work with you too. Call Advantage Retirement Group today for your no-cost, no-obligation evaluation. 239-747-1080. Your retirement is too important to put off. Call now, 239-747-1080.
Government spending. That's what we're going to talk about right now. What happens when the government spends too much money? Well, you see it. We have inflation. And what does that mean? That means that now the feds have to raise interest rates to keep down inflation. And it's hard. They can't seem to raise it high enough to fight inflation. So eventually what's going to happen, they're going to have to lower interest rates. But again, when you have government spending, that means that the debt goes higher. And when the debt goes higher, that means that taxes most likely in the future are going to be higher. And we know that when I ask this a lot of times in front of big crowds. I say, you think taxes are going to go down or up? Majority of the time, 99% of the time, we're going to go up. So when taxes go up, and we know it's going to happen, what can you do now? Right now is the time to do some tax harvesting and tax planning for the future to try to get some of this taxable money into some tax-free money. So this is the time to take advantage of the low interest or the low tax rates that we're in case the rates go up in the future, which most likely will be happening.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Retirement gives you long-awaited opportunities. You finally gain control over how you spend your time. But you also need control of your investments, of your hard-earned money. There are a lot of moving parts, and just saving over the years is the first part. What about generating income, your Social Security, minimizing taxes, or managing risk? If you save for retirement, call us at 239-747-1080. Retirement can last more than 20 years, yet many people don't have enough money saved to get through 1 decade, let alone 2. Call us at 239-747-1080. Let us show you how to make your nest egg go the distance. That's 239-747-1080.
Mondo Uomo specializes in remarkable clothing for the remarkable man. Like our exclusive selection of Bugatti and St. Croix shirts and sweaters. Visit our store in Naples at the Village on Venetian Bay or online at mondouomo.com.
Remember the Wall Street bailouts? Those same big banks and financial firms have been fined billions for misleading customers. And now they want to manage your retirement savings. Why would you trust them? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional. My values are Main Street, not Wall Street. As an independent advisor, I don't work for shareholders, I work for you. If you want a fresh start with a local advisor, give me a call today.
Mondo Uomo offers a remarkable selection of the latest styles in menswear. Visit Mondo Uomo at the Village on Venetian Bay in Naples, Alberto, Bugatti, St. Croix, Zanella. Come see what remarkable shopping is all about.
We all have a picture of our perfect retirement, but how do we get there? At Advantage Retirement Group, helping you get there is our business. We're passionate about getting to know you, learning your hopes and dreams. Why? So we can work with you to achieve them. How? By maximizing the money you've saved, minimizing the dollars you pay in taxes and the risk you are exposed to, and creating a retirement income plan that ensures your savings lasts a lifetime. We're thankful to work with so many wonderful people, and we'd love to work with you too. Call Advantage Retirement Group today for your no-cost, no-obligation evaluation. 239-747-1080. Your retirement is too important to put off. Call now, 239-747-1080.